So, hi everyone. Glad you could make it. Great to have you here tonight. We already had a few press events yesterday and this morning. So, and the press already spoiled a lot of the things you'll hear today. But we decided to give you exactly the same program than the press had. So, all the context, all the background information, and then, of course, the most important part: try the experience. So we won't do it too long in here because, as you can see, it's a tiny room. So it's a very exclusive circle. The ones we invited today and also the press were very selected, and we have a few more demos tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. But basically, you get the full program today. Later today, we'll shuttle you to the racetrack to experience something great, and then you'll be shuttled back, and there's some food served afterwards. So the next 4 hours you can spend with us if you like to. So first of all, to give you some context, basically Vorsprung durch Technik, that's the global brand claim of Audi. It's basically our promise to customers. It's our DNA. So in Audi, we strongly believe for every challenge, there's a technology that can master it. So, and when developing our legendary Audi Quattro drive system, our engineers took on the challenge of different road and surface conditions. And Quattro did not only improve safety, basically it radically changed the driving experience due to more dynamics and more traction. But actually, many of you are quite familiar with the changes in the mobility sector. So mobility as we know it today will radically change. So first of all, the whole infrastructure will change. The architecture of the vehicles will change. The way we actually access mobility will change. And most importantly, the experience will change. So it's way more about the passenger in the future than maybe about the driver who is in focus today. So, and content, especially entertainment, becomes a major driving force for the future of mobility and the mobility experience overall. So that's actually where we started. And at Audi, we coined this with the term the 25th hour. So what do we mean by this? Basically, taking away all the problems you experience in today's mobility life. So make mobility life of the future easier. So save some time. But most importantly, also enrich the time for the passenger. This is one of the focus topics we explored over the last years. And for us, it's basically a symbol for creating this mobility of the future. But the future is the topic we do not want to talk about today. So because if you look at the facts already today, there are more than 50 million trips that are performed by the top 4 ride-hailing services globally. That makes more than 18 billion per year. And this is just by the top 4 ride-hailers. That does not include all the ride-sharing services, and it does not include all the private rides on the back seat with your family, or especially maybe for teenagers with their parents. In most cases, transit time feels like wasted time. And probably for most of the parents here in the room, the sentence, "Are we there yet?" sounds quite familiar, doesn't it? So we started to circle our thoughts around the possibilities and also the pain points in today's in-car entertainment environment. And we derived everything from the algorithms we were developing for autonomous driving. So we took relevant data points like location, speed, acceleration, braking, steering, and merged this with artificial environments, especially virtual reality. And by this, we did not only create something that is a virtual world that is perfectly synchronized with the real world and the real drive, but something radically new that entertains passengers in an unseen way. So what we did create is basically way more immersive than anything you have experienced so far, hopefully, because due to the haptic feedback of the real drive, the virtual experience feels incredibly realistic and more intense than ever before. So you could maybe say we have created the first medium that actually works best in the car. Because everything you consume in a car today in terms of media is always a compromise. I mean, watching a movie in the back seat, there are better places to watch a movie. But actually this fits perfectly into the car. And it's highly adaptive because due to the connection to navigation data, the content is highly adaptive to travel time and route. So we have created basically the first medium that is elastic and tailored to your trip, and that's why we call this new category elastic content. You could say it's the end of linear entertainment as we know it now, because everything that is said to be non-linear is basically just on-demand content. So if you consume a movie in the car that is 90 minutes long and you're just driving 60 minutes, then it never fits your ride perfectly. And it's a broken experience. So in the last point, due to the synchronization of the real and the virtual world with almost no latency, well-known side effects of consuming any type of media in the car are being reduced. I'm not saying they're taken completely away, but they're significantly reduced. So we have created basically the first medium that can be consumed by more people in transit than ever before. And we did some extensive research on this. This is just one extract, but basically what you can see here is that our research proved that the technology leads to 3 times as many people without any nausea. So this is quite an incredible jump. Of course, if you have a tendency to become VR sick, we can't really take this completely away. That's for sure. But if you have a tendency of getting motion sick in a car, there's a lot of positive effect you can see here. And we had some of the journalists that were running the demos the last 1.5 days. It feels so long. It was just 1.5 days, but we had so many journalists running through. Some of them experienced VR sickness and motion sickness, and they saw the demo and they didn't experience any nausea effects. So that was quite impressive, but I'm still saying we are not reducing it completely. So don't drink too much before you go for the ride. Just and to unlock the full potential of the technology we have developed over the years, we looked for content creators and their expertise. And as you might know, Audi and Marvel Studios have a very long relationship, basically since 2008, when the first Iron Man movie came out. So it only made sense to combine the best of both worlds. So what we did is we asked Disney's Games and Interactive Experiences team to help us explore this new media format for the backseat passenger. And together we've designed a premium Marvel entertainment experience for today's showcase. This is just one example of how the future of mobility or entertainment could look like. And to tell you a little bit more about what we've done together, I would like to bring up Mike Goslin, Vice President of Disney's Games and Interactive Experiences.
Thanks, Nils. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Goslin from Disney's Games and Interactive Experiences. Our team uses technology to allow our fans to experience their favorite stories in completely new ways. Last year, we harnessed the power of augmented reality to let Star Wars fans live their dreams of wielding a lightsaber and being a Jedi. So when Audi called us to do something fun for guests of CES, we were really excited about the opportunity to bring our characters and stories to life in a car environment. We believe the automobile presents an amazing future opportunity to deliver a unique experience for backseat passengers that enhances our storytelling and takes advantage about what's great about being in a moving vehicle. The demo we developed shows how passengers can enjoy their journey even more using innovative VR technology. And since this is Marvel Studios' 10th anniversary, it was a great opportunity to draw upon our longstanding relationship between Marvel and Audi to create Marvel's Avengers Rocket's Rescue Run. So, developed with the backseat passenger in mind, this Avengers experience combines innovative technology and world-class content. When you put on your VR glasses, you're going to be transported into outer space where you join Rocket on a rescue mission. And I'm going to show you a quick clip of what you're going to see when you go do the experience itself.
Thanks for joining the party. My name's Rocket, and I got good news and bad news. The good news is you're training with me, the galaxy's most amazing pilot. That's also the bad news. Time to step on it. Now let's blow some stuff up.
So you're going to see the car becomes your ship as you blast your way through asteroids and space junk and an array of enemies. Every movement of the car is matched by what you see in real time in VR. So if the car turns, your ship's going to turn. If the car accelerates, your ship accelerates. So again, while this demo was a blast to create, it was purely developed for this show in the spirit of experimentation and exploration. So it's definitely not a commercial product. Only you guys will get to see it. That being said, we hope you guys enjoy the ride.
Thanks, Mike. So, but actually, there's another reason why we invited you today. You might, if you had some conversations before, I mean, there are colleagues from the mobility sector, there are colleagues from the entertainment sector, there are colleagues from the extended reality platform sector, there are a few colleagues from the venture capital sector. So the reason why we invited you today is we're absolutely committed as Audi that there is some kind of future in this type of content. So, and that's why Audi basically has co-founded a startup that will commercialize this technology and bring it to backseat passenger. So if you read the news carefully over the last hours, you might have read this name already. So introducing HoloRide, an independent, founder-driven company. And I'm one of the founders as of 1st of February. So I'm still with Audi, together my two co-founders. One stands over there, Marcus, some of you might know him already, and Daniel standing over there. So we'll kick this off on 1st of February and basically focus on the commercialization of this technology. And most importantly, in this startup, Audi owns only a minor stake. So we are completely open to basically engage other car and mobility brands, content creators, and also extended reality platforms. So it's basically an invitation to you guys as well to focus on this conversation. And what are we actually doing? So first of all, we are refining the vehicle data, the data points I was talking about before, for the creation of elastic content. So, and we'll compensate car and mobility brands basically for making this data available, turning them into an integral part of the HoloRide platform. So the intended user journey basically is you take your standalone XR device, bring it to your car, start the HoloRide application, connect it to the vehicle, and then enjoy something that is perfectly for your ride. So secondly, to make this happen, we'll provide a tool set that enables content creators to design, test, and deliver these HoloRide experiences. And as I said, it connects also the device then to the vehicle. And thirdly, while in the car, our passengers will be able to enjoy a variety of content out of this catalog with their standard XR device. So they will choose the experience from an easy interface, and immediately the content will adapt to the route, their travel time, driving dynamics, the environment, and so on. So to sum it up, because it's basically one of our most important points, we're an independent company, so basically exploring this new category we call elastic content, and an open platform to connect all car and mobility brands, content creators, and extended reality platforms. And to stress your imagination a little bit further, with HoloRide, basically every street pattern turns into a canvas for creators of virtual worlds, and every backseat trip turns into a thrilling ride. So we are literally turning the world into a world of worlds. So that's the idea behind it. So, and we prepared a little video for you that gives you even better impression of how the experience will look like.
There already?
So this was meant to be to spark your imagination. The content colleagues in the room probably know the references pretty well. I apologize, we could just use one Audi, so no Porsche, no Ford, no Mercedes, so we weren't able to integrate all the cars. But I think it gets pretty clear that this only works if we all work together on this topic. So we, as I said, we're open to do this. We're happy now to have you the Marvel Rockets Rescue Run experience because this is still very theoretical. I think you understand way better what we talked about once you tried it, and then have a lot intense conversation. So we divided you into several groups. So you have colorful dots at your name tags. Each color represents a group, and I think we start with a red and orange group that takes off first, and then following the other groups right after. And as I said, you might come or free to come back here so that we have conversations. I'll join you at the track together with Mike, so to answer more questions right after the experience if you're interested. So then I say, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up and get ready for your first HoloRide.